Woo! Well, that was a weird noise to escape my throat, besides the woo. Oh, Tay. I have not sat at this desk in a week. And that feels so wrong, but I was very busy. So hello, giving people a couple minutes to show up. Get myself situated, which I think I did, but I won't fully know until okay, I'm gonna put that on a skin layer. No, I don't got it. Less is more. Less is more. Doo-doo. Let's see. Where can I start? Well, the snake that I was hoping to possibly adopt already got adopted, so good for you, Nini. I hope you were adopted to a very loving home. We have been fighting fleas from the cats and fungus gnats with the plants and reptile enclosures. Like, the fungus gnats we could kind of tolerate, but the fleas, no, we can't tolerate. So the poor cats are the poor cats are in quarantine in the bathroom for the next couple of days while we continuously clean everything to try and lessen their numbers. And we go in and visit the cats, so it's not like they got locked into the bathroom to never be seen again. They actually spend most of the time sleeping too, so that's kind of helpful. But I can definitely tell that they are not very happy being banished to the bathroom. And I do miss Riley Cuddles when she cuddles. But yeah, we don't want to deal with fleas. And so that's been fun. Tatsu used to fight me with getting combed with a flea comb, but now I think he kind of likes it. And there's a PETA out roaming around. That's rare. She's usually still sleeping. Oh, where did my thing go? and basically lots and lots of cleaning. And recently picked up more supplies for terrariums because I've been enjoying making terrariums. No, that doesn't work either. Sure, whatever. A 5-foot water monitor lizard named Goose. Excellent name for a water monitor. Oh wow, Goose got far. Nose ring? Where? How did they know that his name was Goose? Oh, okay. They needed a permit. I didn't read that far. Well, I did, but my brain did not process it. Do you need a permit to own a water monitor? I mean, California, you really don't need a permit to own most reptiles. I think you need a permit for most native animals or venomous. Water monitors are cool, but I want a black and white Argentine tegu. Black and white Argentine tegu. Which of course is in my search history because they are beautiful. Clint's Reptiles had one of these. But sadly, Gus has passed away. R.I.P. Gus.
R.I.P. Gus.
R.I.P. Gus. This is a black and white Argentine tegu. I'm one of those chucklehead pet owners, but I'm very responsible with my animals. So here's a good picture of how big they can get. Just like, yeah, they're pretty tame. You can train them. But yeah, they're referred to sometimes as scale puppies, because they can be very dog-like, but their jaws are very, very powerful, so you gotta be careful with them to not get bit, because I'm smart enough to not take home a 5-foot giant that I couldn't take care of. Because actually, Argentine tegus, they can get like 8 feet long, 5 to 10 pounds. One of the bigger snakes I want to get it can get to 7 to 10 feet. 10 feet's kind of rare. They usually top out around 8 or 9. If I get female. If I got male, they would top out at like 6 to 7 feet. But yeah, I'm not gonna get something that big if I can't take care of it properly. Also, some of those animals are just, a lot of reptiles are escape artists. They're very good at getting out of their enclosures, which I thought for a brief second I had considered Scully might have gotten out of her enclosure. But then I remembered, no, I built this thing like solid. She couldn't have gotten out without breaking the glass. And yeah, no, she was still in her enclosure. She had just dug a bunch of tunnels in her substrate, so I had to take an endoscope that I bought to scope through the tunnels to find her, just to ease my nerves of her potentially not being in there. But no, she was in there. She was quite mad that or snakes don't really get mad per se, but she was quite annoyed with me and my snooping in on her. Where? Oh, there it is. But she got fed last night, and while feeding her and doing the math to figure out how much I need to feed her and stuff, I realized I need to bump up her meal size, because she's bigger. My little girl's all grown up. She's at 342 grams. We brought her home. I think she was 42 grams when we brought her home. She's slowly getting bigger. And what am I missing here? I did that. Okay. I think I'm at the shading part. What did I have to do on this page? I think all I had to do on this page was a bunch. Oh, I gotta go in the background on that. I might do that after shading. But yeah, the goal is to one day get a big animal, but I have to have the space for it. I have to have the proper enclosure for it. And I definitely gotta make sure that it can't escape. And luckily, most of our neighbors are pretty, well, not really used to reptiles, but they've met mine, so they're, so they like them, and I'm not too worried about if a neighbor, like, if any of my reptiles escaped. I'm not too worried about, the neighbors seeing them and freaking out and harming them. If anything, probably come over and be like, "Is this your ball python?" Precious, what are you doing out here? I pick on Precious because she's the biggest escape artist of all my reptiles. Because she has figured out how to escape her previous enclosures a number of times. But I can't stay mad at her, she's so cute. My precious little Precious. I did get to do some creative thing very briefly this week in between the massive amount of chores that I was doing and fighting the plumbing not working. I drafted up some mini zines for... Hey, Jeannie! We were just talking about a water monitor that escaped in Massachusetts. His name's Goose. I hope that's somebody's name for monitor Goose. But I drafted up some zines. One on... Actually, I think I drafted up... How many did I draft up? I drafted up one on isopods and one on morning geckos, which may or may not be the next reptile that I procure, because they're cute and they're tiny, and I have everything to take care of them. I just need the geckos, which I'm hoping that I can get in September. And morning geckos are very cute, and I intended to get them for one thing and then ended up changing that plan so that I can get them for a different enclosure. I think that snake was a Burmese python? What kind of snake was that? The snake from the first Harry Potter movie. So I don't know if they actually... Oh, it was a boa constrictor. Wait, yeah, what kind? That snake does not look like a boa constrictor. That is a zoo snake. Yeah, what kind of snake is it though? Because okay, I'm not crazy. It's inaccurate. Okay, I don't need this. Okay, so apparently the snake that they made for the movie is just complete nonsense, because yeah, I don't even know what kind of snake that is. Okay, so from this one picture, it looks like a Burmese python. But then another picture, I don't even know how to... It definitely looks like a fake snake. But Yeah, I think they might have used a Burmese python for the, yeah, okay, I've seen like two pictures. And it looks like they used a Burmese python for the live, just snake being there, but then in the 3D animated shots, it looks like they tried to mesh like a couple of different snakes. Where are Burmese pythons from? I would love to have a Burm, but they need a room for an enclosure. Oh, Southeast Asia. Maybe they were, if it's from Brazil, maybe they were trying to make an anaconda or something, but yeah, there's not a lot of good stuff that I could find for that, so I'm going with they did some movie magic. And if the snake was from Brazil, they should have just used an anaconda. Because those are from South America. They also have the big, scary danger sense. I've never gotten a hold of Burm, but I would have given the chance. I've pet a couple. Well, I held a reticulated python once, but those are different snakes. But I love them. Reticulated python is another snake that I would love to have if I had the space, but I don't. And they are the longest snake in the world. So, and arboreal, so they need a lot of space for climbing. And I am not quite to the point of reptile obsession to where I feel the need to give up my bedroom to reptiles. Although if I manage to get the chance to open up a little reptile cat cafe kind of thing, I would have the space and the means to get some neat reptiles. Nothing venomous though, because I don't touch hots. I value my fingers and my life. Although I would like to take a venomous handling class at some point so that I can be a source for like rattlesnake relocation. Or, you know, if like something were to ever come up where I had to handle a venomous reptile, then I would be able to do so safely. Although, if I were to ever, like, if everything were like perfect, all the protocols were in place and everything, I had like unlimited sources of money and stuff, and I could take care of them properly, and if I had to get a venomous snake, I think gaboon vipers are really cute, or rhino vipers. You can actually have gaboon rhino vipers. They're kind of cute looking, but they're super, super dangerous. But they're cute, also in a I respect you way. They look like little fat caterpillars. But if they bite you, your limb basically rots off. So, gaboon viper snake. They just look like they look like really fat caterpillars. Let me find a picture where they don't look menacing. They're also known for having the longest fangs of any kind of snake in the world. At a little over 2 inches. 2 inches long. I will pull that picture up after I find one where they're... That kind of works. Copy image. Problem is I keep finding pictures of them in bioactive enclosures, and their camouflage is really, really good. So if I were to show a bioactive picture, you would have a really hard time seeing the snake. That one's kind of good. But yeah, I have been in the presence of these guys. So yeah, they get about 4 feet long, and they're super thick. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Here's another picture. And because of their patterns, they blend really well into forest floors, which, now that you know what one looks like, I can pull up a picture of one among leaf litter. Here we go. So yeah, they blended really well with their environment. And like ball pythons, they're built to just sit there and wait for food to cross its path, and then it'll strike out and get it. These guys don't move too much, as you can see from their thick figure. Also, they use their ribs to walk, like where most snakes mostly use their like muscles or do like kind of a sidewinder move. You can actually watch gaboon vipers like move their ribs one by one like caterpillar legs. I forget what that is called. Oh yeah, and last but not least, picture of them with their fangs showing, kind of. So yeah, these guys got some big fangs tucked up in here, and they're quick. You'd think because they're these little fat sausage snakes that they wouldn't be fast, but they are very quick. And I have a lot of fear and a lot of respect for these guys. But I certainly do not feel the need to get one Reptile Expo or something. Which actually, I don't go to the reptile expos where they sell venomous snakes. I think those might be specialty expos. Or maybe just all the ones I've gone to are too small, but I think gaboon vipers are neat, but not in the way where like, oh, I want to put that in an enclosure in my room where I sleep. And if that thing got loose, that would be a much scarier experience of like, where'd my snake go? Don't want to have that with a snake with 2-inch fangs and the ability to dissolve my limbs and organs. I'm gonna try to be good and like... Okay, somebody got me started on reptiles. Quick thing about them, and then go back to work. And I said I'm gonna try. That's... The ADHD is strong with me. Some figure the kaiju from Superman. Oh yeah, 5-foot monitor lizard would be way more manageable. Maybe they would like to publish a book by snakes. I gotta get to work on that snake graphic novel that I want to do. I pulled out a bunch of reference books from my library, so I can start figuring out what it is I want to do for ball python book. Because I want to make a quick care guide for people like myself who may have impulse bought a cute little ball python from an expo and coming to terms with the fact that everything that they thought that they knew about ball pythons is severely outdated. The problem I keep running into, though, is like, how educational do I want to make this book? Do I want to make it like Care Guide 101 for taking care of snakes? Or do I want to make it something like, I was thinking maybe somewhere along the lines of the Cartoonist Club, which has it has characters that you can learn, or that you learn stuff vicariously through as they go about their own personal struggles. So I've been playing around with that idea, and also just like a quick care guide for people who may not be invested in like dramatic story. Also gotta get my zines done for CrockerCon next month. Oh, continuity error. Also, I gotta fix that. That's way too small. I can fix it. Stuff. Where did I put accessories? Or leave with them accessories. Oh, the cats hear me live streaming. Where did... Yeah, there. And... Sure. And color in the top. Save. Hey, Draws. You just missed me rambling about how if I was forced to get a venomous snake at Pew Pew Point, I would get a Gaboon Viper, because I think they're neat. But really, I don't want a Gaboon Viper because they're deadly. I'm not 100% sold on this shading color. I might play with it a bit more. But a reptile I would like to get, and that I'm planning on getting next month. And this one I can't just get from an adoption center, because I don't think I've ever seen one in the adoption center. But morning geckos, which I was talking about. What am I missing here? Yeah, Hognose I do plan on getting at some point, but the two that I was hoping to adopt already got adopted, and I'm trying really hard not to just go and get one from a breeder. Just my chair. But I learned this week about morning geckos. Oh, I should save my page. Control save. So I've been doing a lot of research on them, and I have all the stuff to take care of them. I just need to get the lizards. They're so cute. So yeah, this is an adult morning gecko. This is as big as they get. And they are also from Southeast Asia. And they're really similar to crested geckos, which is why I feel I already have all the stuff to take care of them, because I have all the stuff to take care of PETA. And I buy her stuff in bulk. Like, her food, I buy her food like once every 2-3 years. I bought a really big bag at the last expo that I went to, and that's probably gonna last for definitely years. Maybe a year or two if I end up getting a colony of mourning geckos. And like, look at these dumb little faces. Look at this cute dumb face. Also really cool looking eyes.
Such cute dumb face.
They have very interesting eyes.
They lick them all the time.
Yep.
I got cricket.
You got crickets. Yours eating good tonight.
Yes. I gave them some of the asparagus.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yes, these are the ones that self-reproduce. So mourning geckos are all female. There are no male mourning geckos that have ever been found, and they have the ability to self-replicate through, I think it's parthenogenesis. Basically, they make little clones of themselves. So I have taken to calling them asexual lesbians because they reproduce asexually, and they oftentimes still require the company of other mourning geckos to mimic like mating rituals and stuff. So yeah, lesbian asexual geckos. I'm down for it. And they're just super cute.
Phony baloney Godzilla ripoffs.
Phony. Look at them little faces. So yeah, the one thing I got to be prepared for is when I get these is that they're just gonna be laying eggs. So I've been reading up on what I should do if they end up like overpopulating the tank I plan on putting them in. And many things that I have seen has said like, well, you can collect the babies and keep them in their own tiny enclosures because they are, I dubbed the South Park lizard. But yeah, they're when their babies are born. Actually, I'm gonna look up a picture of their babies because their babies are tiny, very tiny. Baby mourning gecko. And they're also master escape artists. So, like turtles. Oh yeah, I forgot you had a turtle.
Always escape.
So here is a baby mourning gecko on somebody's fingertip. So everything I've been reading up on them is like, yeah, if you get even one of these lizards, because even if you get one, sometimes they can just lay eggs for no reason. They don't always need a other mourning geckos around, but if you have multiple mourning geckos around, you are going to have many, many babies. Yeah, so these guys are cute. They're definitely more display animals than handling ones. Oh, apparently they have a nickname. Keepers call them pocket rockets because of how quickly they can escape when people try to hold them. So yeah, I can keep the babies in a separate enclosure until they're big enough, and then put them in with the adults, or I could sell them to other people who might want mourning geckos, which I might take up because I was trying to find mourning geckos in the East Bay, and I can't find them anywhere. Or at least the ones that I did find, I'd have to drive all the way to Redwood to get them, and the person there is selling them for like $30 a gecko. And then I found somebody in Elk Grove who is selling them for like $10 a piece. So I figured on the way to CrockerCon, or on the way back, I'd pick up maybe 2. And these guys can live for up to 10 years. Oh, also, for population control, if I didn't take the babies out, the adults would eat them, so they are cannibalistic. So that's another population control, so I could just survival of the fittest. Make sure the babies have places to hide, and then it's Squid Games for them. Or, another thing for population control is I can just hunt down the eggs. And what I guess a lot of keepers do is they keep them for, like mourning geckos in general, they keep them as like a source of food. They use them as feeders for other reptiles. So I could do that, but I don't have any reptiles that eat mourning geckos. And then the other thing is like hunting down the eggs and then just cracking them open to avoid more geckos being in my enclosures. So ideally, I think I'll just collect the babies and try to sell them. Hello! But I'm also... Oh, okay. Why can I see through that? My eyes are just playing tricks on me. Yeah, Clint did a video on them. That was one of the care guides I was watching. They're very cute. I was hoping to get them for an enclosure that I got for the library, but the more that I read about them, the more I was like, that enclosure's not gonna really work, so I'm just gonna make it I'm gonna make that enclosure just a terrarium. And that's just me ripping a paper towel because I have spilled something on my drink, or spilled something from my drink. So yeah, never-ending reptile shenanigans for me. And then... Oh, and Tim's here, so we can talk about how we fought the toilet last week. Actually, I think Tim might have put headphones on, so he's probably not going to participate in that conversation. So, you guys may have noticed that there was not a live stream last Thursday. I fully intended to do one. But a series of unfortunate events took place. So what happened was a couple of days, so like the start of last week. Yeah, toilet fight. Lee and Tim's bathroom, was starting to have issues. The shower drain was super slow to empty. And then the toilet next to it started not going down when you'd flush. And so Tim took that on as his thing. He was like, I can take care of it. And it ended up not being just a super quick fix. Hey, Tim.
What's up?
I'm talking about the toilet.
Oh my god.
Oh, I knew you were listening to something.
Okay, 1 second. Let me turn this off. This is important.
Oh.
This is.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, you can hear how traumatized Tim is from that.
I got no work done last week.
Neither did I.
So Monday, I'm sitting down to work, and I just laid out what the page needed to look like, and I'm like, awesome, I am ready to go. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a thing from Lee saying the toilet is backed up. And it's like, oh, no problem. I can have this taken care of in 5 minutes because it's been backed up before. I know my way around a plunger. No problem. An hour later, I see water coming around the edge of the toilet. And she had mentioned that had been a problem too. And it's like, I hadn't seen it, so there's not really much I could do about it. It's like, okay, I know what I need to do. I've seen my dad do this. I just need to replace the ring under the toilet, and there's going to be a clog there, and I'll be able to fix the clog, and everything will be fine. And first got to clear out the water, and the water's not clearing out because, of course, there's a clog. And things are not going so well. And I have the new ring and everything, and I finally get the toilet lifted off, and everything cleared. And it took it took forever. And then it's like, okay, new ring installed. Let's put the seat down. But the water's still backed up. We're going to get that down, and it's not going anywhere.
And this was all before Christian showed up?
This was Monday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Christian didn't show up until Tuesday. Wait, Christian didn't show up till Wednesday. So it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I know what my next step is. I know what I need to do. I'm exhausted because I've been working at this all day, and I'm supposed to go over to my folks' place. And so I take off. You know, it's like, okay, this room is off limits, but it's not as bad as it could be.
It can always get worse.
It can always get worse. So the next morning, I'm getting ready for the day, and it's like, okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do is finish working on that toilet. And it's like, why is there water coming out of the bathroom? And the bathroom had flooded because the drain where the clean water goes into the tank, for some reason, it was twisted as tight as it could go. I had used a wrench. It needed to be so tight. And that still wasn't tight enough because it was free flowing. Like, it wasn't dripping. It was free flowing.
I'm free.
Free flowing.
Free falling.
Is it free falling? I thought it was free falling. I've been singing that song wrong this entire time. Word. And then, so I spent the day working on that, getting the plan figured out, and I went out and I got a 25-foot auger, and I was working with that thing, and it wasn't doing it.
Normally, that's all you need is the 25-foot auger.
Not in this case.
No, this was a
special case. And Mel and Lee, bless them, drove up to her dad's rental place. And it's Tuesday at this point. Wait.
No, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday. because that day, Wednesday, we had gutter covers installed on the front of the house, front gutters, because there are trees out there and they get filled up constantly. And so the guy there, I'm thinking, oh, I wonder if this guy's also a handyman on the side, and I can ask him if he wants, if he's willing to take a look at the toilet. And he up and says, anyways, before I go, I'm a handyman on the side if you have any stuff around the house that you're working on. I said, well, funny you should mention that, because I was going to bring that up.
Just that, now that you mention it, Christian.
Yeah, and it was great because he says, I used to be a plumber.
Oh, hell yeah.
Was like his opening line. He said, if you have anything else going on around the house, I used to be a plumber. It's like, oh, fantastic. And he goes in, he looks and everything. He's like, okay, what you need to do, your auger isn't long enough for this, so we need to find another access point. And you're going to have 2 or 3 access points around the house, and we go around the house, and he points out where they are, and it's like, I had no idea that's what that was. Fantastic, now I know what that is. And
Tim's taking notes furiously.
Yeah, scribbling notes furiously. And go around the whole house and stuff. And then we get over to, we go under the house. So he's going under the house, and he doesn't have the tools that he needs to do the job. And I'm going back and forth between under the house and into the workshop looking for any tools that might be usable.
When Tim came into the house a couple of times, he looked like he had been rolling around in a mud puddle someplace.
Yeah, I was just caked with dry mud by the end of it. And
this is not a state that we usually see Tim in. He's usually like a really clean-cut guy.
I'm very dapper.
Very dapper.
Very dapper. And so yeah, I've been meaning to go under the house to look around for a while, and now it's like, well, I guess I have an excuse now, so I go climbing under there. And he was very impressed with my flashlight, by the way. I got these fantastic flashlights.
You got everybody those flashlights for Christmas.
Yeah, I got myself one, and it's the most useful flashlight I've ever had. It's extremely bright, it's extremely small. I forget it's in my pocket. It's magnetic on the bottom, it's got a little clip on it and everything. So I loved it so much that I gave them as Christmas gifts to everybody I know, for the most part. And it's just fantastic, fantastic tool. And he was really impressed with it. I almost gave it to him because he was so impressed with it. But then I was like, no, I need this.
You just need to buy a bunch more of those you can just keep on hand. So
yeah,
when someone's like, oh, I wish I had a flashlight like that. Yeah. You're like, well, now that you mention it.
And I'm actually thinking I'm going to do that on broken. And so he wasn't able to do it. He says you need a longer auger. You can rent one from Home Depot and everything.
I heard them talking about this outside the window because I was in the kitchen making myself dinner, and I could hear Tim and Christian talking outside of the window. So I immediately start like looking up bigger augers, and they are expensive.
Mm-hmm. He said you gotta rent one, and he actually broke the one that I just bought.
Well, and so like I'm looking at like places to buy one or anything like that, or because if you rent something enough times and it just becomes not worth it. So I'm going through all that, and then after I find the rental one, I was about to suggest that I call my dad, because my dad has pretty much every kind of tool, sometimes 2 of them. And so before I can even open my mouth to ask if I should call my dad, he was like, can you see if your dad has one? And so
we're all like-minded.
Yeah, so I call my dad up, and true to my dad's form, when he answers the phone, he's like, what do you want? I'm like, hey, Daddy! You got a 50 or 100 foot auger? Of course I do. Do you need it?
Yeah, I think it was like a 75 foot auger.
No, the one that my dad.
100.
No, the one that my dad gave us was 50 feet.
That was only 50 feet.
That was only 50 feet.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, I looked at it after we like did everything, and I was like, oh, it's a really good thing that the 50 footer worked, cause yeah.
So here's where the story gets interesting. So they go to pick it up that evening.
Yeah.
And
Tim's got live streaming.
And I'm live streaming that night, sharing the story. And boy, I can't wait to go over it with everybody tomorrow night. and then
You hear that, Inshallah? You're getting a sneak peek.
yeah, sneak peek. So after that happened, the plan is next morning gonna have breakfast and coffee, and then on the first thing, then we go out and we're gonna use the auger. Mel knows how to use it and everything, and we're gonna do that first thing. So I'm sitting there having coffee with my wife, talking about how we're gonna get knocked out first thing. I'll be able to get back to work because I haven't done any work at this point, and then the power goes out. This thing plugs into the wall.
Yeah, and I was laying in my bed just because this was in the morning, so I had like just woken up and I was checking social media and stuff.
It's like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and I'd been up for like an hour by that point, but all my reptile stuff is on timers, so everything turns on at like 7 in the morning, and while I'm laying in bed checking Reddit and stuff, I hear all of my reptiles electrical equipment shut down. And so I look over and all the lights turn off, and I'm like, that's not normal. So the first thing that I think is, oh, the circuit breaker got tripped again. So I just gotta go into the living room and turn the circuit breaker back on. So I walk into the front room with purpose and constantly at the breakfast table, and
Did we look horrified?
no, you didn't look horrified. Honestly, I didn't even look at you guys because I just walked in just straight where I was going. It was like, power's out in my room. I'm gonna turn the breaker back on, and they told me like, no, power out's everywhere. And I'm like, oh, well, that sucks.
And there was this small part of me that was like, that's it. This is the end. That the power's never coming on again. It's all over. Hope you enjoyed civilization while it lasted. And then they said, oh yeah, it'll be back on around 12 o'clock. It's like, okay, awesome. And then they said, nope, it's gonna be back on around 4 o'clock. It's like, I would like to get this done. It's very hard for me to get any work done when I can't concentrate because I'm waiting for something else to happen.
Also, our stuff is mostly done digitally, so like.
Yeah, I can't turn the computer on and work on the page or anything.
And most of the stuff that I can do on my iPad drains the battery super quickly, so I would be using my emergency plug-in batteries for that, and that would drain all the power. So yeah.
So what happens is we're doing everything that we can to keep ourselves occupied. At about 2 o'clock, the power comes back on. It's like, hey, all right, let's go outside, get this done, because the bathroom was leaking again with the thing. I had to tighten the thing even tighter, and it's like, if I turn this thing any tighter, it's going to like break out of the wall or something. I don't have a tool that can tighten this any further. So we go outside to use it, and we discover that whoever used the auger last didn't roll it properly because there's a twist in the auger, which means it's not going to turn.
Such a bad kink in the auger.
Oh god, and that took us at least an hour.
And also so many kink jokes.
Yeah, and a lot of energy because we have to stretch the thing out, pull the thing, and then twist it.
Oh yeah,
in right, and then
we had to completely dismantle the auger.
Oh, that's right. Oh god, I blocked that from my memory.
Yeah, so
yeah, it took a couple hours to do this. I think that's pretty much all. Yeah,
that's all we did that day.
Yeah.
The kink was so bad in the auger that thank God for YouTube and random dads from like 10 years ago posting up videos of how to dismantle random equipment. Because I found a video of a guy dismantling the exact same kind of auger that we were using. And so we watched the video a couple times to make sure we didn't mess it up, because I was not looking forward to explaining to my dad, like,
Tim broke the auger.
Yeah, Tim broke the auger. But we took it completely apart, unkinked the hose, put it completely back together, and got it working again. But yeah, we were working on it for like an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most.
Yeah, and then after that, we were able to start working with the thing, and
we started with the access point where we were originally, and
yeah, we used the outdoor access point, and that put all the way in, and nothing, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna take it into the house, and the thing was leaking again, and it's like, this is just, we're just gonna have to work quickly because I can't stop the leak, and and I was out of spoons. And I finally just declared, that's it, I'm gonna do what I should have done days ago. I am going to call a professional and have them come in and take care of this. And I pull out my phone, because I am just at the end of my rope, and I start typing in plumber, and the battery on my phone dies.
As if the universe was saying, like, shh, no, wait.
I almost threw that phone. I was so done.
I was outside using the auger, so I missed all this.
Yeah. But I'm also very proud of myself because I didn't throw it, I breathed, and then...
You didn't steal Lee's phone to call a plumber.
No, I didn't steal Lee's phone. It's like, okay, just keep going, it's fine. We just need to bring it inside and try it in the... And so about maybe 45 minutes later, the clog was... That's it, that's the end of the story.
Yeah, Lee got a pretty good picture of... She got a couple of pretty good pictures of us, like, in the bathroom working on this thing.
I was so wrecked.
Yeah. And to not dox Tim's face, I'm just gonna redraw.
And then afterward, came the cleanup, which took us 2 days. Because there was the bathroom itself, which I took care of, and then Mel and Lee were taken care of outside the room, or in the hall, and the pathway from the bathroom to the outdoors and everything, to the back door and everything. And then when that was all done, it was like, okay, finally, big project over. I get back to work and not have to concentrate on anything else. And then that was when we realized the cats had fleas. A whole new project began.
Yep.
And we're still in the middle of that one. Poor cats are in the bathroom. They don't get to run around.
Yeah, they're very upset.
But they're not scratching anymore, I noticed. Not that I've seen.
Enchilada's like, no, dox Tim's face. The public needs to know.
Yeah, it's not a big secret or anything. People have seen it. So
yeah.
The thing is, it's like with my other job, I'm in front of people all the time, and my face is plastered all over the place, and it just becomes like I'm sick of having my face plastered everywhere. Just like, a little privacy in my life for once. And it's been kind of nice for the past 5 years. I haven't really had to worry about that. Also, I grew up with a photographer. Just try making it through your day in a house with a photographer. Try taking a shower in a house with a photographer.
Quick! I need to recreate the scene from Psycho.
Yeesh.
Dad, please.
Actually, it's pretty cool because I done all this modeling stuff for my dad with different things. I was actually on the cover of Ellery Queen magazine because one of his pictures made the cover. For those of you who don't know what that is, Ellery Queen magazine is a monthly digest of crime story, crime fiction and mysteries.
Oh, thanks for telling, because I did not know what that was.
Available at pretty much every bookstore across the country. So yeah, I was in every bookstore in America though.
Neat.
But just for that 1 month. You're in there all the time. One of the big claims of fame that I have for my dad was that he got called up by a producer for a movie called Brick. And for those of you not familiar with the movie Brick, it's a movie written and directed by Ryan Johnson, who directed what was the name of that? Knives Out. The Knives Out movies with Daniel Craig.
And Glass Onion.
And Glass Onion, which is also a Knives Out movie, and unfortunately, The Last Jedi. But yeah, they wanted my dad to photograph the cast of the movie in his style because my dad uses a film noir style.
Do you remember what issue it was?
Oh, I have no idea. I have a copy somewhere.
Okay, because Enchilada posted up the website.
I'll have to I'll check their website and see if it's in there. I have a hard time looking at it. I see it and I cringe. It's like, oh god, it's me.
And I see it and I go, nerd.
Yeah. I used to love acting and stuff until I learned how to do it properly. It's like, wow, I really suck at this. Probably a lot better at it now. Right? It's like, oh, that's how that works.
Whose bathroom is
destroyed. Much better now. It's much nicer.
Yeah.
We went through all the bleach.
Yeah, we went through all of the bleach.
Oh god, everything was gross. I was gonna set my clothes on fire. It's like there's only one way to exercise all this.
Sounds like something we had done. We paid the plumbers like $700 to fix our problem. Yeah, we
Well, I'm glad I didn't have to pay for that. It's like I can afford that, but that would have been emergency funds taking care of that, and I try not to touch those. Always have an emergency fund.
Yep.
Never know when somebody's gonna. I don't even want to say it out loud, but somebody has an accident or something like that. Never know when somebody accidentally sits on their glasses.
Stream flagged for gang signs.
What's that?
I even stupidly drew my hand the wrong way. Was the stream seriously signed?
What did you do?
I can't tell if Draws is making a joke or if the stream was actually flagged for gang signs. Because I'm always holding...
Colin draws?
Yes.
Hello!
Because I'm always throwing up the peace signs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably joking.
Okay. Okay, okay.
Jokey jokey.
I was like, oh no! No, it's fine, like, it's funny, I just thought that,
People get excited for all kinds of shit lately, so...
Exactly, like, YouTube's being really anal retentive about stuff, so I'm just constantly worried that,
The British government is actually calling up the US asking for extradition for people that are offending people online. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the word on the street.
yeah, actually, can you might leave? Don't get me started. Yeah, stuff's weird right now. Just gotta make Tim look extra dead inside.
We did some yard work earlier today in the sun, so I'm kind of dead on that video. I'm gonna get some drawing done tomorrow before the stream, so I can hopefully finish the page. Hopefully get the next 2 pages done. This is crazy. Part 2, you know?
Yeah.
This never ends. Alright. I'm at the point where it's like, you know what? I like being close to the family and stuff, but I kind of miss apartment living. It's like, hey, now you have more street, you have rehearsal space. I don't have time to use it.
We moved into a fixer-upper. We're still in the fixing-up stage.
I remember back in the day, I told Liz, like, we can't move into a fixer-upper because I'm not in. And, like, I've told a couple of people, it's like, yeah, we moved into a house, it's a fixer-upper. And everybody says the same thing. Like, oh, are you a contractor? Are you into contracting? No. No. It's like, then why on earth would you get into a fixer-upper? Family.
But yeah, the total cost for this was like a day's worth of work and $60 from Lee and Tim to cover gas and toll to go across the bridge. Oh, yeah, day's worth of work for me. Tim were wearing specialty gloves.
Yep. Oh, here we go.
We went through so many gloves.
Yeah, we wiped out a box.
So yeah, this is basically like a redraw of...
Oh, you can...
I already drew the picture, Tim!
Oh, you already did? That's funny.
I didn't even use a reference.
Well, my hair wasn't combed anyways, and I look off on it, so... I usually like to look dapper.
That's okay, I drew the... I drew all the dirt and stuff.
Get up and see what here. Oh yeah, that is...
This is basically what the...
Oh my god, yeah. I hand shaved for days. I didn't want to risk cutting myself. That looks great.
So yeah, this was like the first picture, and then Tim realized that Lee was taking pictures of us and actually turned for like a good picture. Where he kind of forced a smile, but...
I was dead inside.
Yeah.
Like, oh, smile. Hi. Hi. Send help.
Yeah, the toilet was... So normally the toilet is, like, over here. But because Tim had to move the toilet to put the thing in place, so he moved it to the side over here and was just sitting on it while, doing the pipe thing. But yeah, that Wednesday morning was weird because I came out into the kitchen and I just heard, or I didn't even make it out of the kitchen yet. So I come out of my room because I hear like shouting and stuff getting thrown, and my room is right next to Lee and Tim's bathroom, and so I get to watch them like throwing dirty towels and stuff on the ground to soak up the water, and I run into my bathroom and start grabbing towels to throw on the ground to help.
Too much excitement to start the day.
If you zoom in on her drawing, you can actually see where his soul escaped. So yeah, it's been one catastrophe after another where well, catastrophe, like,
Remember when I was doing 2 pages a week relatively consistently?
remember when I had an updating, like, consistent webcomic?
Remember back when I had like 10 buffer pages?
Remember when I had the will to actually, and the energy to work on my stuff consistently? I miss those days.
Remember when I was actually relaxing and could sleep because I was on schedule and doing good?
I don't think I ever remember a time where you've had that.
Yeah, I have not been on schedule for years. When I was like 10 weeks behind my schedule, I finally went, you know what? And I remember there was like one point where it's like I was going on about just so far behind schedule, and you and Lee were like, you know what you need? And I was like, 2 weeks of all-nighters to catch up, and you guys were like, no, you need a vacation. You need some time off. You need to go out and have some fun and recharge. And there was a couple of days where we were, I don't know what we were doing, but I wasn't having fun because I was thinking, I need to be working. And we finally explained, it's like, you know, we're out here having fun, you're dragging everything down, this is your chance to recharge, you have to recharge. It's like, okay, you're right, all right, cool. Went off and had fun and everything. It's like, okay, cool, I do feel recharged, I feel better now. Yeah, okay, cool, I'm gonna get back to work. And I went back to work. 12 weeks behind, I'm 12 weeks behind. Yeah, after that, it's like, you know what, I need this. Put it to 0 and start again. Just make sure I
Restart
have
the
a
clock!
buffer. Just so long as I have some buffer pages, I'm in good shape. All I need to worry about. Buffer pages.
Look, dog, it's 2025. It's enough to just exist. Legit! That's basically what I've been just telling myself. And it's like, look, I'm here. I'm doing my best. I'm gonna include this in my Patreon update. Because I am planning on having a Patreon update. This is just the first time I've been able to sit at my computer at all today. Oh, I felt so bad because my cousin commissioned me for an anniversary picture back in like June, and I only just got the line art done. Well, okay, she commissioned me in June, but I didn't get to start working on it until like late June, early July. And then we've just had back-to-back stuff coming up. So I spent today just like, because like there was that part of me that was like, oh, you should go help Lee and Tim in the backyard. But then the other part of me is like, no, you need to work on that commission, and you got a live stream tonight.
Tomorrow I'm going to work on the next page, and then I have 2 commissions that I need to finish. What's your commission?
10-year anniversary portrait of my cousin, her husband, and all their dogs.
Nice.
It's turning out good so far.
Furry bondage and tentacle porn.
As usual.
I don't know how I ended up here.
Tim's gloves need to be... This was not on my list of things to draw today, but you know what? Kind of cathartic.
Yeah. I think I'm going to be able to send out my mail club stuff tomorrow. I'm at the envelope stuffing stage.
I'm gonna make this our Christmas card. Ooh, actually, that might be a thing that we gotta figure out is, do we want to do a Christmas card? Lord knows, I miss making Christmas cards. Yeah, Tim dead on the inside. Me just vibing. Oh, that was not the one. Is it a little extra? Yeah. Am I having fun with it? Yeah.
Heads up, I'm like the king.
Okay.
You're not having a stroke.
Good enough. That drawing? Yeah, I got a little extra. Aw. Neat. Oh, tarot. Yeah. Lee got me a tarot card deck for my birthday this year. It's bee themed, and I pulled some cards for myself just because, like, I use it as spicy therapy. And so, I pulled some cards for myself. I think it was 2 days ago, and I basically, like, my question was like, why are the vibes off? And I basically just got a spread of cards that was basically just telling me, like, yeah, the world's on fire because there are people who are trying to, that are using, like, they're greedy and they want all this stuff and everything. And I looked at the spread and was just like, look, I was pulling cards for myself, not for the United States. And extra funny thing was, I was telling Lee and Tim about the cards that I pulled, and when one of the cards that I pulled was the Princess of Swords, and Lee starts, like, stifling laughter because I was like, yeah, I pulled this card and it made me think of you. And she's like, yeah, one of our friends who is, like, really into tarot and is scary good with her card readings, like, she's done a couple of readings for me, and like, they've been scary accurate to where I go and I'm just like, Kim, are you psychic or something?
What did I do?
I said Kim.
Oh, Kim.
And her crazy accurate tarot card readings.
I blame all the microphones that she has planted around the house.
Yeah.
She's hacked into your live stream right now and you just can't see it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, is that who Calling Girls actually is?
Yeah. But she told Lee, like, yeah, every time Princess of Swords shows up, I'm like, oh, there's Lee. So that's just, like, Lee's card now. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Tim.
Yep.
Moving to the side.
Whoa! You knocked that out quick.
Quick thing I've...
You're good. Looks great.
And no sketch. I'm gonna add that to my bullshit doodles. I'm definitely using that as a... what is it called? Part of my, my Patreon post. Like, yeah, so shit's crazy. Oh. Oh yeah, I gotta finish that thing with my dad. Oh, and it is way past my break time. So, excuse me, I'm going to save this one also on my desktop. It's called hashtag blessed. And then I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go pet some cats and get a snacky, and then come back and finish shading this page. and then I can come back and talk about the month, I guess. Maybe one of these live streams I'll just make like a proper like break thing. Alright, I will be back in 10-15 minutes. And I am back. Belly full of snackies. Pets have been pet. Poor cats are so lonely. And Tim is ignoring me. And I have... Oh, what was I going to talk about? How's your month been? I think I shared this on Blue Sky. But the vibe of the summer so far has been all I do is work, and yet I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything. And well, Scully is full of snacks because she got fed yesterday. Precious is not, but I think that she gets fed next week. She's on a monthly schedule. And Scully's on getting fed every 10 days. Although now I need to start feeding her double what I have been feeding her, because she needs to eat more. But man, is she a ferocious eater. Like, rears up like a cobra when she thinks that she's gonna get fed. And she finished eating her meal last night, and I was going to close up her enclosure, and she rears up on me and slides up to the glass thinking that she's gonna get seconds. I'm like, baby, you're gonna get seconds next week. Snake acts like she never gets fed. But, like, I've never been worried about, like, with Precious, I've never worried about getting bit. I'm a little concerned that Scully might bite me. And I'm thinking I might need to start tap training her, since she has such a strong food drive. And oh, so June, I applied for Spider Forest Collective, and I got my rejection notice last week. Not really surprised, and I think the reason that I got rejected is because EC's been on hiatus since June, which did not want to happen. But I think Jess was more upset about it than I was. Tap train. Oh, so tap training is like, I gotta get a snake hook, but essentially I would train the snakes to when I tap them, when I open the enclosure, it means they're not getting fed, so they don't rear up on me. Or another aspect to tap training is I could do target training. So I could train them that when they see a specific target, that means that they're going to get fed, and they'll get fed when they touch the target with their face or with their tongue. So I just got to figure out which method I want to go with and start training for that, because It just seems like the bigger Scully gets, the more excited for food that she is. And even though a snake bite is not, like, not super consequential, because ball python have very, very tiny teeth, still don't necessarily want to get bit. I've got a streak going, and I want to keep that streak going of not getting bit. But yeah, I'm not too upset about the comic collective thing. Mostly because I'd already thought about, like, well, if I get in, cool. If not, nothing changes, so. Let's go keep working on my stuff. Maybe I'll apply next time, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep trying to get pages done so I can get my comic updating again. Hopefully the bulk of the house projects are gonna be finished so that next year can just be spent working on comic stuff. And I do have an interview tomorrow for a job I applied to, so that could be potentially nice for extra fun money. I'm still waiting to hear back on that other job that I've been taking tests for. But they are taking their sweet time to get back to people. And I'm starting to see Aw, thanks, Squash. I'm starting to see a trend where it's I take a test and then 2 weeks later they get back to me about whether or not I get to move on to the next thing. So yeah, depending on how all these jobs line up and stuff, live streams might move to different days or different times depending on what I need to do for work so that I can get my savings accounts buffered up again. I gotta work on my bank buffer and my comic buffer. Although a thing I'm really hoping for is that, like, having a job that I leave the house for is gonna mean that I'm gonna, like, in a weird way, have more energy or time to put towards my own projects. Like, I don't know, there's like this glamorized concept of being a stay-at-home artist where it's like, oh, you get to spend like all this time doing all these things or doing all these pictures and stuff, and most of it is like, at least for me, most of it's housework right now and chores, and maybe sneak in some drawing later. But I'm hoping if I can get some kind of outside source that I'm, like, not beholden to, but like, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but basically like outside accountability. Because I keep finding every reason to, like, give myself breaks. So hopefully this will give me the chance to get some of that discipline that I used to have back. Chasing chickens? I forgot you had chickens. So tap training is most people use it for like when they're going to not feed their snake. They'll take a snake hook and they'll tap the snake to show like, hey, you're not getting fed right now, don't bite me. And then target training is another kind of training where you have a target that the snake interacts with, and when the snake pokes the target with their nose or with their tongue, then that's when they get fed. So I might try to do target training instead of tap training now that I'm like talking out loud, because I don't want to necessarily have to remember every time I open the cage, being like, oh yeah, I gotta tap the snake so she doesn't think I'm food. Anyone who said must be nice about artists having quarterly, never done. Oh, wait. Okay, I haven't done quarterly taxes. Like, I think Tim does quarterly taxes, but I've been too nervous to figure out how to do them. So I do them every year. But I also have a tax preparer that, like, handles it for me. Also, I'm not making crazy amounts of money where I feel like I need to do my taxes every quarter. Also, that is another nice thing about working for somebody else, is they handle all the tax stuff, so I'll be able to like get money back on tax returns instead of just only owing every time I do my taxes. God, I think this year I had to write like an $800 check or something. I'm probably not going to owe that much this year because I haven't done any like massive book projects. But yeah, taxes suck. I want it. I want the thing like every other country does where they just send you a bill. It's like, yeah, we think you owe this much. Okay. Or, that math's off. Here's my math, and this is why my math is better than your math. Yeah. I got an interview tomorrow for a potential new job. It pays significantly less than the other job that I was hoping for, but it's also only a temporary seasonal job, so I'm thinking maybe I will just, like, if they offer me a job, I'm thinking I might take it, and then if the other job offers me one, I might take it, so I'll have, like, 2 jobs, but one of them would be ending soon, and if they wanted to extend my hiring or keep me on for longer, it'd give me a chance to figure out, like, I think I'm kind of worried about is that I'm gonna get the other, like, better paying job, and then it's gonna be like, oh, this job's not actually worth the extra money. But I also don't want to be that person who, like, gets hired at this new job, and then 2 weeks later I get hired at the other one, and I'm being like, sorry, here's my 2 weeks notice. But that'll all depend on how stuff goes. But what's nice is they're city jobs, and I like my city jobs. I've only worked 2 city jobs, but those 2 city jobs that I've done have all been pretty decent jobs. Like, good coworkers, no super crazy stuff. The craziest stuff was when working for the city of Vacaville, and that was mostly because it, like, don't work with people that you live with. Also, with this new job that I'm interviewing for, I hope it's what I'm thinking it's going to be, where it's mostly just building babysitting. So, setting up, taking down, cleaning the spaces. I am the crazy. Also, I need more monies so I can go back to Japan. Because stuff here is so expensive from Japan. Like, I keep going to Daiso to get stuff and just... I see the price, because they don't change the price from Japan. They just change the conversion. So even though something says, like, 100 yen, Daiso, at least the Daisos in California, they're like, oh yeah, this is 100 yen, but in American dollars you're paying $2.25. It's like, actually, if I was to convert that, it would be like 68 cents American, but they gotta make their money too, I guess. So I want to go back to Daiso's in Japan so I can stock up on stuff that I didn't get while I was there, because I didn't think that I would ever need it. And then when I actually get it here, I'm like, oh man, I wish I'd picked this stuff up while I was there. Oh, I should probably open up Shikishi board commissions for CrockerCon. Yeah, how much headspace I rent out is a thing that I'm mostly concerned about. So I'm gonna take it easy. Not nearly as much of a pushover as I was when I was working in the with the public, so hopefully I'll be less likely to put myself in situations where things are awkward or dealing with, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, really shitty coworkers. I'm almost out of juice. Not like brain juice, like juice. I had a orange juice with peach nectar and the last remnants of a Shasta twist. Charcuterie boards. For anybody else who doesn't know what shikishi board is, it's Japanese autograph boards. And last time I was in Japan, I stocked up on them. But artists in Japan, well, just shikishi, they're autograph boards, but most people use them for got my references. So they're boards with gold foil. So they're mostly for like autographing, and sometimes you can get them as like collectibles. I see it more in Japan than I do here in the States, where you can get character collectibles on shikishi board like this. But me and a bunch of artists take shikishi boards and do commissions on them. Time to turn up the juice and see what she's... And let me see if I can find some of the shikishi boards that I did. I think I posted them on the crowdfunding campaign. So when I launched the EC Kickstarter, not Kickstarter, crowdfunding campaign, which I did on Zoop, because what's it called? The Kickstarter was doing stupid stuff. I could have swore I had pictures of shikishi boards. Oh, okay. I might have pictures on my desktop. Maybe Facebook. Ugh, I want to sign into Facebook. Once again, try to find something. It should be easy, but then it's not. Maybe I haven't looked at this. Dang. Oh, maybe I have them here. Oh, there we go. Okay. I didn't delete all my stuff. But I also didn't really save them in the best thing. Oh, there it is. Okay. I found two. Here we go. So this was one that I did for a friend who wanted our D&D characters drawn hanging out. And that was watercolor. And then this was one of the character Shikishi boards that I sent off to somebody who backed at the level where you got the Shikishi boards. I did like 25 of these. No, it had to have been more. Night, Rosengard. So yeah, I've got all this Shikishi board, and I need to open up Shikishi board commissions for pickup in Sacramento. Thanks, they're fun. I've been trying to get Tim to do Shikishi board stuff.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Keep trying to get you to do Shikishi board stuff.
First I've heard of it.
You get way too perfectionist.
No one knows what you're talking about. You're not even on stream.
Pass to my juice. All of my juice gone. That's okay though, I got like 30 minutes left of stream. And then I can drink water, because I should be drinking water before going to bed. I will have a stable sleep schedule at some point, dang it. I don't want to stay up late again to reset my sleep schedule. Actually, now that I think about it, do I even have like Shikishi board commission promo? That might be on Facebook. Ah, dang it, I don't want to go on Facebook. Oh, maybe on Blue Sky, because I think I did I think I opened Shikishi board commissions for PortCon Maine eons ago. Drink all the drinkies. I got my monsters. I stocked up on them, so absolute worst case scenario. Make a little go-go juice and go wee. Rolling through blue sky. That's gonna take forever. Oh, didn't actually take that long. Oh. Dang, no, I wasn't even using blue sky. Grab them. I don't know if we have V energy drinks. I don't think so. I'm not much of an energy drink person. The only reason I drink Monster is the I like the mango flavored one. And that's the only one I'll drink. They used to have a peach iced tea one, but I haven't found it in years. The energy drink. Huh. Yeah, it looks like B is a New Zealand, Australia only thing. I'm gonna see if I can find the. It's a Monster Peach Iced Tea. And like the only time that I ever find them is like oh, Rehab, that's what it's called. They have one, but it's sugar-free, and I can't do sugar-free stuff. It makes me terribly sick. But yeah, I haven't seen these in years. But I got into them because I had a friend from college who would drink them all the time, and she let me try one, and I really liked it. Yeah, this is what it looks like. It was delicious. It tastes like an Arizona iced tea, but it had a little bit of a kick. I could buy it on Amazon for $67. Is that for one? Oh, it's a pack 24. How much does that come out to per? Because I'm not ordering it from Amazon, but I am curious if it's like. Okay, that's about the average price for a Monster, so. Neat, they haven't gotten rid of them. I just can't find them anywhere. I also don't want to pay $67 for an energy drink. But 24, that's basically like... I could make that last for like 6 months. Yeah, I found out the hard way when I was younger that sugar-free absolutely destroys my stomach. You guys ever read those sugar-free Haribo gummy bear ads, or not ads, like reviews? Yeah, I lived one of those in like 6th or 7th grade, and my mom gave me a pack of sugar-free gummy bears and then sent me to a slumber party. I went home from the slumber party very early. There was one really horrible one that like I thought for sure Lee, Tim, and Jess had read it before, but apparently they hadn't, so I read them the entirety of this horrible review of this guy eating them before going on a flight. And we were just dying of laughter. Just... I had to stop reading it at some point, I think, because Tim was driving and, like, having a hard time driving, and... Yeah, sugar-free gummies. So that was the first instance of me finding out that I can't do sugar-free. Because some people can. Some people have the stomach for that. I am not one of those people. Makes me violently ill. The extra bummer thing with that slumber party was I was not having fun. Like, even before my stomach decided to betray me and I was basically stuck in my friend's bathroom for an extended period of time. Just what, I don't remember exactly what it was, but like whatever games or whatever were going on at the slumber party, I was just not having fun with it, and being stuck in the bathroom was the I was gonna say the shit on top of the sundae, but that's really bad since I was stuck in the bathroom. But yeah, it was I was not having a good time, so I ended up going home early. And I do remember at some point, I think I didn't know how to express, like, I wasn't having fun or whatever, so I think I very bluntly, like, told them that, like, I wasn't having fun anyway, so... but I did get a chance to apologize for that a couple years later, because I ended up standing behind that group of friends at an amusement park, and remembered who it was, and gave them a formal apology, which I don't think they even remembered. But I was like, yeah, I was not feeling good, and was an awkward 5th or 6th grader, I can't remember, and did not express myself in a very good way, so I apologize. And then never saw them again. Because I think they moved. And also I moved a bunch, so. Yeah, that's the one that I read that had Lee, Tim, and Jess just laughing hysterically. That poor guy, though. And just the descriptive, like, that guy could be I hope that guy's a writer, because he told a very engaging story, even if it was for something so horrible as messed up stomach. Whoop, sounds like Tim's making labels. Aw, look at you. Look at you doing the mail club stuff all by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I was having trouble with mail nerds, but I figured it out.
Yeah, it's dumb sometimes. Yeah, so the weird noise you're hearing in the background is the my label maker that Tim actually uses way more than I do. Printing off the labels for his still haven't gotten the last lot of mail clubs, sad. Yeah, shipping stuff to Australia is not that great from what I've heard. I've only ever ordered something from Australia twice, because there's an artist that I really like that's from... I'm pretty sure they're from Australia. I think his name is Martin Abel. Yeah, Martin J. Abel. He is an artist that I really like. And I wish he was on Blue Sky, because I used to follow him on Instagram, but I don't use Instagram anymore. But he does beautiful artwork. And I've bought a bunch of his brushes for Procreate. And because I'm talking about him... Wait, where are you from? I forget exactly where he is from. Where are you from, Abel? I want to be able to accurately say where you're from. And your website's under construction, of course. Anyways, I'm pretty sure he's Australian. Or a British person who moved to Australia and has been living there for the last, like, many, many years. But yeah, he's a cool artist, and can't find much on his... I think this is his old website, but it's still worth looking at, because he's a really good artist, and I love his work. I think he has a YouTube channel. Martin J. Abel. He does really awesome fantasy art. And I've backed his Kickstarters for Wanderings Volume 1 and Wanderings Volume 2. I would have loved to have gotten the Visions and Nightmares books, but they're so pricey with shipping. Oh, okay, so he's in, he grew up in Melbourne. And he's in the hills of Mount Dandenong, Australia. I probably said that wrong. But yeah, he's cool. And him and his wife, he just had a baby recently. I think I'll probably make that my next, like, artist goal, because I already met and befriended my favorite artist. 2 of my favorite artists. So, what's a third one? Be like, new life goal, go to Australia, meet Martin Abel, or Martin Abel gets invited to a show that I'm at, and I get to buy the books that I don't have. Melbourne, okay. It's because I didn't say it with an offensive Australian accent. That's why it sounded so weird. Melbourne. Put Mel in the bin. Or just burn her with the other trash. Slowly but surely, I'm getting worked on these pages. Fun fact, Tim actually uses the P.O. box significantly more than I do. Mostly because I stopped doing mail club. One day I'd like to pick it up again, but it was too expensive for me. Okay, I got 7 minutes until it's 9 o'clock here at night. And then I'm gonna go cuddle some cats, go to bed. Ooh, other cool thing tomorrow is I'm picking up a new bike, so hopefully I can actually, like, go bike riding. Especially since we live super close to a popular biking area, so I'll have no excuse to not get fit. Go ride my bike around the lake and get some gains. Oh no, legit, same way with a lot of New England words. They're very silly in the way they pronounce things. Like do 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 do. Oh, it would help if I didn't try to write with the eraser. Yeah, so this is a city in Massachusetts, and with the way it's spelt, you would assume it's Leominster. If you call it Leominster, you will be yelled at by massholes. It's pronounced Leominster. So, Leominster. Yeah, and then, so you'd think Worcester, but no. It's pronounced Worcester. And this one, yeah, Pibbity. This one upsets me. So, in Vacaville, there is a prominent road that connects one side of town to the other, and it's called Peabody Road. And there is a town in Massachusetts that is spelt exactly like this, which I've always known to be as Peabody, but no. In Massachusetts, it's Pibbity. And it upsets me greatly. So I'm used to yeah, so how you say that sauce name, it's Worcestershire sauce. So now I can say it, but yeah, now I know how to say Melbourne. And I'm gonna say it, and everybody else here is gonna be like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, look, it's Australian, okay? And I was recently reminded again of just how terrifying the nature is in Australia, so... Once again, I concede to you, Enchilada, you are way tougher than I am, simply because you grew up and live in Australia with so many deadly things. Look, French does the same stupid thing. I didn't even know that there was a Melbourne, Florida. Is there? Are the... Like, I'm pretty sure... Oh my god, there is a Melbourne, Florida. Huh. It's in Florida. I have no reason to go to Florida. So... I have no want or need to go to Florida. Philip McNeil. You know what? Actually, I have a question for you, Enchilada. What is the Florida of Australia? Like... I have no idea how else to explain that besides just like, yeah, Florida in the US is the crazy, like the crazy state that has like the craziest headlines, the craziest people, just everything about Florida is crazy. And I'm gonna have to ask my friends in Japan the next time I see them, What is the Florida of Japan? Like, obviously, no place is gonna out crazy Florida. That's like... We're all a little crazy down here. Mad respect for the people who were throwing dildos at the politicians. It's just like peak crazy energy. Was that close? Yeah. Those dots are bugging me. Oh shoot, it's 9 o'clock. Tasmania. I'm gonna have to look that up because I know nothing about Tasmania except for Tasmanian Devil, which I know is an actual animal, but also a Looney Tune cartoon character. Oh my god, the Tasmanian Devil is so cute! With big fanglies. Well, I'm gonna have to do some research on that at some point. In the meantime, there are some very sad kitties that I need to go give some love to. And I will see y'all in the group chat. And as usual, be good to each other. And yada yada yada. I'm losing brain cells, so good night. I will talk to you guys later. Barring another plumbing disaster, I am planning to do live streaming on Thursday. God's willing, I'm planning to, but I don't know what else is gonna break in this house that's gonna require like all hands on deck, so have a good one.
Good night, everybody.